continuously fighting in the ring, and you're like, come on, man. Time's up. Get out. Your body can't take it anymore. You should know this by now, but I think he's going to be all right. He still has Bree, who I'm sure she'll be in the WWE. I'm going to say maybe a year, I'd say, left of her wrestling, and then...
Well, I think they signed a 3-year contract, so once this contract's over, I think they're done. Obviously, Nikki Bella might have had her own career-ending injury,
Yeah,
so
with the neck.
she might not be coming back either. And it's just time to let those other divas wrestle and take over.
Well, I'm saying they'll probably have babies soon. That's what I'm going at.
Well,
You can't be pregnant
if you watch Total Divas, John Cena has said no babies to Nikki Bella.
No babies?
No babies.
So he doesn't want kids, I'm guessing.
He wants no kids at all.
Why?
That's just the way he... I mean, but if being real,
Yeah.
I mean, every wrestler... how many wrestlers have kids and are away from their families all the time? And especially John Cena, who wrestles, does the Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish is kind of like his kids.
Yeah, I
Think
guess
about it.
I could see that.
He does all this charity work and everything, and he probably has a minimal time for himself. That's why they date the other wrestlers on the road.
Makes sense.
What are some of your favorite moments,
Well,
Daniel Bryan?
my one favorite moment, of course, was when he beat Triple H and won the championship finally. Another moment that stands out is that Monday Night Raw when he had the Yes movement and all fans were wearing the Daniel Bryan, the T-shirt you're actually wearing right now.
Yes, sir. Proud wearing that.
All
Sure.
wearing that and chanting yes.
See, everyone keeps talking about those two moments being the biggest moments for him.
Well, that's not his biggest moment. I mean,
But a lot of people are considering those two moments as the highlight of his career. I think, and I posted this on our Facebook page, his biggest moment in the WWE was that Monday Night Raw while he was with the Wyatt family and he turns on them and the entire arena was in unison chanting yes, and
I remember
every
that.
move he was making they were going what?
I
mean
that.
I've never seen that ever done. I've never seen that done for Hulk Hogan. I've never seen that done for Stone Cold or The Rock. No one has ever gathered an entire thing like he has.
Well, he also...
Or maybe Austin and The Rock have to some extent.
He also is a different character than Rock and Austin and
He's more
Hogan.
organic, more real.
Yeah, because Austin and Rock were like the cookie-cutter shaped wrestlers that Vince always saw in his mind, these big, bulky, muscular guys, where you have Daniel Bryan, this goat-looking, long-haired guy coming out like an average small body, just doing his thing, doing little super moves here and there. Nothing big, some kicks, some jumping off the turnbuckle, and fans got behind him because
His energy,
and
charisma.
Also he reminded him of them, kind of, I guess you could say. Because,
the average man.
Yeah, the average Joe. We'll go with that. Average
Joe.
You like that?
Average Joe. I like that. I mean, yeah, that was... if you think about it, you fall in line. Hulk Hogan, Austin, Rock, and Daniel Bryan. John Cena really doesn't get that pop. And I'm not talking about his overall ability to capture fans. I'm not talking about like Make-A-Wish. I'm not talking about any of that stuff. I'm talking about his ability to, while he's wrestling and working the ring, capture the fans.
Because it's the same
imagination.
Moves. The same few moves. I mean, Austin kind of did the same thing. He would do the stunner. He would jump across the ropes and do the little elbow drop. Rock would do the rock bottom. I mean, maybe Rock when he would do the people's elbow, but after a while, that kind of like started going very low, and people were just like, this again. Where you see Daniel Bryan constantly, he kicks somebody, yes, 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 even when they threw him into the turnbuckle, started like punching them continuously in the head, yes, yes, like you would just see it over and over again and hear it. Like you said, people got behind him, and I'm getting excited right now just talking about it.
I also feel that his match with John Cena, his title match with John Cena, was bigger than his match with Orton
The SummerSlam
and Batista. And the way he won the title, it was clean.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, they're really passing the torch, and then they do the swerve.
But he still got screwed because Randy Orton cashed in.
Right, yeah, the swerve.
Mm-hmm. And then another one that stands out to me that I thought was actually really good, and that was he was about to have a big run, was when he won the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania this past year. That was a good match. It was a ladder match, and he put his body on the line. All the wrestlers in that match put the bodies on the line, but you saw him taking big bumps, and that's what got him injured to begin with. So it's a shame. I mean, it's upsetting, but you understand why he's doing it, and you can't be upset as a wrestling fan. You got to just accept it and move on and hope that the WWE has some more big names to push up their sleeves, because everybody seems to be getting injured these days.
I am very curious where our next star comes from, because I'm sorry, WWE, it's not, and I'm sorry, Roman Reigns, but it's not you, man.
No, it's not.
It's not you.
No, it's too.
And I like the guy.
Maybe if he had a new gimmick, and we've talked about this numerous times. Maybe if he wasn't still wearing the Shield gear and coming out from where the fans come out right from the arena, and then give him new music too. Come on. And his two moves that he has, the Superman punch.
It's not working for him.
The spear I can get. Okay, the spear. But the Superman punch is not realistic to me. It's just like, oh, God, here we go again. Ooh, ah.
Well, we'll get into
I'll leave that on that note.
Him getting not very nice cheering.
He received
during that.
Not nice cheering. Not much of a pop, we'll put it that way.
Not much of a pop. That we'll get into that in our later on segment. But we just saw here Anthony the Ant-Man, Keith Logan the Loganator want to say thank you, Daniel Bryan, for your contributions to wrestling.
Yes, sir.
You made us You made us all interested again.
That's for sure.
I can say that for sure. And you will be missed in the ring. Hope your future is bright. Hope you get to have the family you want. And man, thank you, man. Thank you.
With that, let's take a quick break.
Yes, because that segment. If you continued watching on the WWE Network, you might have saw an interesting ending to the whole Daniel Bryan segment involving Vince McMahon and Titus O'Neil. We'll get into that when we come back. This is the one and only Ringside Rumble Radio here on the UCR Network, powered by Spreaker.com and free on iTunes.
Unified Championship Radio.
This is Ringside Rumble Radio here on the UCR Network, powered by Spreaker.com, and now free on iTunes.
Free!
Remember to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/UCR Network. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at UCR Network, and hashtag UCR Network, or hashtag RRR.
Triple R.
Triple R.
Not triple R, but RRR, but triple R. You guys know what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do, but
they'll understand.
It's all right. Before we went to break, my good friend next to me was teasing about at the ending of Raw on Monday on the WWE Network. There seemed to be a little altercation that I don't think anybody noticed when it was live until they actually posted the news and decided, hey, let's cut it down to 8 seconds and show you exactly what happened. I am talking about Titus O'Neil trying to grab Vince McMahon, the owner of the WWE, and it looked like he was trying to give him a hug, but apparently Vinnie Mac was not happy about that one bit, and Titus O'Neil got suspended for 90 days.
No. Correction.
Then they lowered it to 60 days.
Correction.
No, there's more?
60 days.
Yeah, I said 60.
Yeah.
Oh, originally it was 90, but then they said, we'll lower it to 60. But now you have people coming out of the woodwork saying Vince McMahon and the WWE are racist. This is getting ridiculous. He might miss WrestleMania and the big payday for WrestleMania. Was he even going to be on the card for WrestleMania? That's what I want to know. And do you think they went a little too far? Do you think the media is taking this story away a little too far? What are your thoughts right now?
My initial reactions to him getting suspended was that I thought maybe Vince McMahon looked at the tapes and thought he was embarrassed because this happened on live air on the WWE Network. And that's why he suspended him. That's my only thought process, because it makes no sense besides that.
But nobody even really noticed it because it was really towards the end on the network.
It was when they were walking back. He grabbed them.
And if you were to see it, I didn't even notice it. You'd have to, like I said, you had to actually tell me that, oh, hey, by the way, Titus O'Neil grabbed Vince McMahon, and now he's suspended for 60 days, and you're like, wait a minute, what? When did this happen? And then you type it in Google, and the little 8-second video pops up, and you're like, really? All for that? But the fact that people are saying now that the WWE is racist, there was a post.
Well, they said Vince McMahon was racist.
They said that. They said WWE work environment is racist. There's actually a story, I believe it was the other day, on the New York Post.
That's the thing.
I'm trying to find it
That's
right now.
the thing. You read the headlines.
Here it is.
I read the headlines about him being racist, and then I looked at where the source was, and it said New York Post.
Yeah.
And I said, it figures the New York Post would come up with something that's stupid.
They do, and then here's the thing, though. They come up with it, and people get behind them. And they're like, oh, well, the New York Post said it, so you got to believe everything that the Post says. I'm trying to find what they say. Both WWE and Vince McMahon himself have been accused of racism before, something that social media users were quick to point out on Wednesday. Here's tweets from random fans. If Titus O'Neil was white, I doubt Vince would suspend him, wrote Twitter user. I'm not going to say that because we're not giving cheap plugs to Twitter users. LOL at WWE, apparently suspending Titus O'Neil for grabbing Vince's arm. If that was John Cena, there would be no problem. It goes on and on. But here's the thing. In 2015, Titus O'Neil was crowned Celebrity Dad of the Year by the Mega Dad Awards. The 6'4", 270-pound former Florida Gator has also been featured in WWE's Take Time to Be a Dad public service announcement and Be a Star campaigns. So he's been kind of the poster guy for doing charity work. I mean, didn't you say he went to the Super Bowl and took a fan the other day?
Yeah, there's pictures on his Twitter page. I do not agree with the New York Post in saying Vince McMahon is racist. I mean, they're one of their huge top superstars is half African American, half Samoan.
And
so
who is that?
Cut the garbage.
And who is that?
The Rock. So you can cut that garbage way out.
And I'll take it a step further. Their biggest draw, I don't know if it's the biggest draw, but
one of their biggest draws right now
is the New Day. And people are going behind them. They're
getting pushed.
All the merchandise.
This was after they were being buried.
Yeah. They are comical. People actually enjoy when they come out, even though they continue to chant New Day sucks. But you get behind these guys, and it's a...
So the racist stuff,
plus
people got to really got to stop with this.
Plus you had Mark Henry win the World Heavyweight Championship at one point. You had Booker T get pushed again back in the mid-2000s. You had Rey Mysterio, who was a Mexican wrestler, get pushed, Mexican wrestler, Alberto Del Rio. So don't tell me that Vince McMahon is racist right now.
When something like this happens and there's really no reason behind it, the first thing someone thinks of is that it's racist.
Mm-hmm.
And people really got to relax with that's what's wrong. in this world right now is that everyone is so on edge.
Everybody's sensitive.
Everyone's
Too sensitive.
sensitive.